Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey everyone, my name is Cassie, and on Once Upon a Time in Springfield today, my dad and I will be talking about...
Season 4, Episode 3, Homer the Heretic.
Okay, Dad, start the intro.
She's Cassie.
My dad's like Homer, because he always goes out and buys us donuts.
He's Chris.
Cassie used to be a lot like Maggie when she was a baby. She never gave up her pacifier.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful evening of theater and picking up after yourselves.
This is Once Upon a Time in Springfield, a Simpsons review show from the point of view of a dad and his daughter.
From now on, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Here they are, Cassie and Chris.
Now in this episode, Homer burns the house down and is saved by the local fire department, manned by volunteers of faith.
What the hell is that?
All right, Cassie, what was the chalkboard gag?
The chalkboard gag was, I will not defame New Orleans.
Yeah, I think that had to do something with what's going on at the time, so we'll just skip it. What are we going to rate it, though?
We are going to rate it, I would say, 6 out of 10.
Let's go 7.
Okay.
All right, Cassie, what was the couch gag?
The couch gag was they all sat down and the whole wall basically turns around.
Yep.
And I'm going to rate this a 9. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I have to rate it that a 9.
It was there was a movie called Indiana Jones where they had a fireplace that did that, and like one side he was sitting, the other side was a nice new fireplace. So that's what that.
Yeah, but every
reminded
movie
me
does that.
So okay. Next.
Next.
You're all nuts.
All right, in the beginning, it starts out with the baby in the womb, which is just like Homer. Sounds like him. It is him.
He's just...
It was kind of funny,
Yeah.
but yet a little uncomfortable.
It was unsettling.
And then it turned out to be Marge pulling on his leg, trying to get him out of bed to go to church.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, he was pulling on the bed. He decided he's not going to church after his pants ripped.
Right? He was mad. He's like,
Every time I get up and do this, I don't want to do it.
someone to stop.
That sounds like on a loop. That was creepy.
But anyway,
No.
yeah, he complains and then doesn't go to church, and everybody else goes, though.
Yeah.
How's it going with Marge and the kids at church? What's going on over there?
Well, the plant's frozen. The set is frozen. Maggie's milk is frozen.
Yeah, what she's trying to get at is the heater in the church is broken, so everybody has to be cold and frozen pretty much.
Oh, yeah. And just to remind you guys, Homer was like, it's too cold to go to church.
Yeah,
and they
because it was
showed
snowing
something outside. It was a polar bear grabbing a frozen fish out of their trash can.
Hilarious. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. But yeah, he doesn't go. They go. It's freezing cold there. Homer's sitting at home, just, peeing with the door open.
Yes.
Turning the heater up, starts dancing in his underwear.
And it was like 100 degrees in there.
It was. And then he called into a radio station to win something. Did he win?
Yeah.
He did win. He was like his best day of his life,
And
right?
then, wait.
Yeah.
And then he sees something on the floor.
And what is it?
It's a penny faced up. Dun, dun, dun. Sound effect? Woo! Oh.
Oh, no. That wouldn't work. But yeah, it's a penny faced up, so it's like the cherry on top of his favorite best day.
And then the TV was football.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to in a second, but I want to get to the church. Let's go back to the church for a second.
Okay.
So they're at the church. Church is over there, all excited. Yeah, okay, we can go.
The door is frozen shut.
Yeah, and they can't open it. And then Willie starts working on it. I love the line, and the Lovejoy goes, "Hey, Willie, how's the door looking?" And he goes, "Miracles are your department." That was the wrong accent, but I was close to the region.
No, that wasn't even close.
Oh, it wasn't close at all?
No.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, we do that. They're stuck in the church, and Homer, he's watching the show, and it's like, now going over to news. And then, like, the news is interrupted. Now going over to football. So it was, like, even better.
And then the football actually stayed. So it was like, now going over to news. 3 seconds later. Okay, football is coming on in.
Yeah.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
All right, we jump to the middle, and it opens up in the kitchen. Ha 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 ha. And Homer has given up church.
He has said, God doesn't care if there's one dude spending an hour, like 2 hours of his day enjoying himself instead of being there and watching people talk for like 2 hours.
Exactly. And Bart agrees with him, and Marge doesn't like that. So Homer's visited by God. And so then Homer starts his own religion. The animals like Homer now, and Marge invites Lovejoy over to dinner to, like, talk him out of it.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Not even close.
But the Flanders clan won't leave him alone either. It's so hilarious. They're chasing him in the car. Like, we're going to sing to you until you change.
They're like, oh, there's not... God isn't the only thing that we focus on here.
It's a song about God. I love it when Homer's in the Quickie Mart. And he's like, Apu, you don't go to church on Sunday. He goes, no, I'm Hindu. And he goes, oh, this is my God. He goes, oh, does your God want a peanut? He goes, don't offer my God a peanut. I can't do the accent very good. But yeah, it was kind of funny because he had the statue there.
He said, no, take your food and leave. Come again.
Really? There's 700 million of us. Anyway, and then at the end of the middle part, Homer's laying on the couch and it catches fire.
After his cigar falls on a magazine.
So the house is on fire now.
Deep trouble.
We jump to the end. Homer's on the couch. The house is on fire. The fire department's trying to show up, and Flanders is next door going, Homer, get out of the house. But then Flanders tries to help Homer. Can't go out the front door because something fell, so he had to go upstairs and throw him out a window. How'd that work out?
Didn't it?
What happened?
Well, he dropped him from the window after praying for a second. Mm-hmm. And once he dropped him, he bounced off of the bed into the
to the front window, yeah.
And it made his shape in it. And he's like, oh, I guess I have to do that too. So he jumped down and then does like 5 front flips through Homer. It was hilarious.
It was kind of funny, yeah. What Flanders did, he threw a mattress down on the ground outside to stop Homer from hitting the ground so hard.
Yeah.
And didn't work out. Yep. But anyway, it ends up Flanders saves him. They get a fire put out. And it ends with Homer trying to learn a lesson. And he meets a god again while he's sleeping. Where was he sleeping?
He was sleeping in the front row of church.
He was. He actually went back to church, but he said he'll be in the front row.
Front and center. Well, he didn't lie.
He didn't. He's just snoring.
I like stories.
All right, Cassie, what's your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part is when, the fire starts, and Homer is half asleep on the couch, and he's like, hey, Marge, turn down the heat. And the flames are all around him, and they go higher, and he's like, that's good.
Thanks. My favorite part is when the church was frozen shut, and then Willie does that thing like, medicals are your department. See, that's a Scottish or that's Irish. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I stand corrected.
All right, characters introduced. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people in church. The football player, nobody really.
No one.
Cassie, your favorite character?
My favorite character was God.
Can you just say his name?
God.
Okay, thank you. Why?
God was my favorite character, first of all, because the ending.
Right. I like it when
ending.
When he leaves. He's my favorite character, too, but when he leaves halfway through, when he first sees Homer, and he goes, sorry, I gotta go be on a tortilla in Mexico.
Well, maybe.
It's so funny.
Okay, and then my favorite thing about the God character is at the end, he's like, Homer's walking with him while he's asleep, and he's like, hey, God, what's life about? And he's like, I can't tell you, son. And he's like, do I have to wait till I die? He's like, yes. And he's like, really? And he says, you can't wait 6 months.
Right? Insinuating Homer's going to die in 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, our takeaway. Apu had a kid, but hasn't met his wife yet. So I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
He had a kid, but didn't meet his wife yet. So he didn't have the octuplets yet, or however many kids they end up having, 9 or whatever it is. So I was curious about that. Also, something else I wanted to bring up was, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Maybe, and then Homer says he's going to die in 6 months. You brought that up, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I've got something I'd like to say.
All right, what are we going to rate this one, Cassie?
We're going to rate this one, let me think, 9.5 halos.
Woo! 9.5 halos.
Halo.
9.5 halos because of the God.
Yeah.
angels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
I feel that way too.
That's the end of the show, everyone. I hope you like the show as much as Maggie likes her pacifier, or Homer likes his beer. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Go to thisisfunner.com to check out some really cool shows. And please, share it with a friend.
Everything really wrapped up nicely.
Thank you all for listening to Once Upon a Time in Springfield. Please go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. And don't forget to rate, review, and share the show with a friend.
Ugly dougly done.
This is funner.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.